Huge lightning bolts, giant hailstones falling from the sky, winds unlike anything we have ever seen before. Could humanity weather the storm of increasingly monstrous weather events? Welcome to GSD Brainers, the place where curiosity meets discovery. Earth's climate is a delicate balance, and it is very easy to disrupt that balance. If we continue to warm the Earth, it could trigger a chain reaction of runaway greenhouse effect, reaching a point where we lose control and cannot reverse the damage. This would result in the vaporization of more oceans, increased ice melting, and the release of more trapped gases, making it impossible to stop the process. Are we prepared for this new world we're creating? Let's delve deeper into this critical issue. Numbers don't lie, and the figures we're about to discuss are truly alarming. The heat is on, and it's turning up. Heat waves are becoming more frequent and more intense. In the last decade alone, we've seen a startling 50% increase in the number of severe heat waves compared to the previous decade. Imagine the searing heat of a summer's day, then multiply that by 100. That's what we're up against. As if that wasn't enough, the wet is getting wetter. Floods are sweeping across the globe with a frequency and ferocity that's hard to comprehend. In the past 20 years, the number of significant flood events has more than tripled. That's not just a puddle in your backyard. We're talking about whole towns submerged, livelihoods washed away. And let's not forget the wildfires. These fiery beasts are consuming our forests at an unprecedented rate. In the past 2 decades, we've seen a doubling in the area of land scorched by wildfires. That's an area larger than the size of Spain, all turned to ash. It's not just the hit either. The frequency and intensity of extreme weather events have been on a steady rise. Over the past 50 years, the number of recorded hurricanes has doubled. These aren't just gentle sea breezes we're talking about, but monstrous storms that rip apart communities and shatter lives. These figures paint a picture of a world under siege, a world where the weather is no longer a pleasant conversation starter, but a deadly adversary. But remember, these events are not isolated to one area or one country. This is a global problem. From the bustling streets of New York to the serene landscapes of the Australian outback, no corner of our planet is immune. These numbers are not just statistics, they represent real lives and real homes lost. The increased frequency and intensity of these extreme weather events are a stark reminder of the urgent need for action. We can't afford to ignore these alarming trends. After all, we only have one Earth. Let's make sure it's a place we can all continue to call home. But what's fueling these extreme weather events? The answer lies in the greenhouse effect. Let's take a moment to understand the greenhouse effect. Picture the Earth as a greenhouse with the atmosphere acting as the glass walls and roof. The sun's heat enters through the glass, warming up the inside of the greenhouse. Some of this heat is absorbed by the Earth, while the rest is reflected back into space. However, the glass traps a portion of this reflected heat, preventing it from escaping and thus keeping the greenhouse warm. This is essentially how the greenhouse effect works on our planet. Now, imagine if we started to thicken the glass, trapping more heat inside. This is precisely what's happening due to the excessive amounts of greenhouse gases we are pumping into our atmosphere. These gases, primarily carbon dioxide and methane, are like an extra layer of glass, trapping more heat and gradually warming the Earth. This rise in temperature doesn't just mean hotter summers or milder winters. It's disrupting the balance of our planet's climate system, leading to more frequent and violent extreme weather events. Think of it as stirring a pot of soup. The more you stir, the more turbulent the soup becomes. Similarly, as we heat the Earth, we're stirring the pot of our climate system, creating a concoction of extreme weather phenomena. We're seeing more intense heat waves, longer droughts, heavier rainfall, and more powerful storms. These aren't just random occurrences. They're the direct result of our planet's rising temperature, fueled by the greenhouse effect, magnified by human activity. In the past century, the Earth's average temperature has risen by a little more than 1 degree Celsius. While this might seem insignificant, it's enough to have set off a chain reaction of climatic changes. And if we continue on this path, scientists predict that the Earth's temperature could rise by up to 5 degrees Celsius by the end of this century. As the Earth continues to warm, we can expect these extreme weather events to only get worse. So far, we have talked about the disastrous changes we already see today. What should we expect if it continues to get worse? As a consequence, we may start seeing an increase in supercell storms, which are violent and large thunderstorm complexes. With more thunderstorms, there would be a higher risk of lightning strikes, as well as unusual weather phenomena like ball lightning and rare gamma rays occurring high in the sky. These changes would make everything more intense and unpredictable, affecting areas that have not experienced such conditions before. Even in supposedly safe places, people could be bombarded by harmful rays if thunder gamma rays start hitting the Earth. Furthermore, the intensification of supercell storms could lead to larger and faster hailstorms, causing significant damage to roofs and car bodies. Supercells are also known for producing one of the most deadly weather phenomena, tornadoes. With the worsening of supercell storms, we can expect higher wind speeds and more frequent tornado events, even in areas where they are not typically formed. However, all of these phenomena pale in comparison to the wrath of the ultimate menace, the catastrophic force unleashed by the most terrifying weather phenomenon known to man. The big question then becomes, can humanity survive these deadly weather phenomena? As the seas warm and evaporate into the atmosphere, we will witness the most powerful hurricanes getting even stronger. These hurricanes could evolve to hypercanes at this point, can continue to grow and cover larger areas. We are incredibly fortunate to have Earth, especially when we consider the conditions on other planets like Jupiter or the greenhouse effect on Venus. However, if we are not careful, we could gradually transform our planet into an increasingly inhospitable place. Theoretically, hypercane on Earth with supply of rising heat could grow and sustain itself through non-stop. Continuous destruction of the Earth for years, decades, even centuries. This would be catastrophic for our planet, as constant hurricanes would cause widespread destruction and make survival extremely challenging. The only relatively safe place in such a scenario would be the eye of the storm, where conditions are calm. However, this would require a hurricane 10 times larger than the ones we currently experience, with an eye reaching up to 100 miles across. It is uncertain if humans could survive in such extreme conditions, as the walls of wind surrounding the eye would be the most dangerous part of the hurricane. So what does this mean for our survival? On one hand, humans are a resilient species. We've faced and overcome numerous challenges throughout our history. We've built cities in deserts, survived ice ages, and even walked on the moon. But this climate crisis is unlike anything we've faced before. It's not a problem we can outrun or outsmart. It's a problem we must confront head-on. We need to recognize that our survival is intertwined with the health of our planet. And right now, our planet is sick. Its temperature is rising due to our relentless emission of greenhouse gases. The more we pollute, the more we destabilize our climate, and the more we threaten our own survival. While some of these scenarios represent worst-case situations, it is evident that our weather is already worsening each year. It is crucial that we take action to mitigate climate change and protect the delicate balance of our planet. Our survival is not just dependent on our ability to adapt, but on our ability to take action. After learning about where we were years ago and comparing it to the rising number of phenomena today, and we speculated about what will happen to us in the future if we don't change our habits. Can we survive on a planet where deadly weather is the norm? It's a question we must all contemplate. But it's also a call to action. We can't just sit back and watch our world change around us. We can't just accept monster storms as the new normal. The future of our planet and our survival is in our hands. It's time we take responsibility and act. We owe it to ourselves, to future generations, and to the very planet that sustains us all. That's all for today, folks. For more brain-boosting content, hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for watching.